everybody, it is Extreme Zero here, and today I am bringing you yet another game news reaction video. And as of course the title suggests, I am going to be talking about Project Cars yet again. This is probably about my fourth video doing Project Cars discussion, but anyway, it's going to be about the game which is coming out next month for PC, PS4, and Xbox One, being developed by Slightly Mad Studios. Oops, that's not the case. So the news has just emerged that the game will no longer be coming out for the PC, PS4, or the Xbox One next month. It was due for release towards the end of November, but according to this brand new press release, that isn't what's happening. And here's the direct press release, just so we can get into the discussion. Here's what it says. It says Slightly Mad Studios and Bandai Namco Games Europe S.A.S. today announced they will be moving the release of Project Cars for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC to March 20th, 2015 in Europe and Australia. The move positions the title away from the competitive holiday scene dominated by household names, while affording the team at Slightly Mad Studios additional time to extend and polish their groundbreaking and accomplished next-gen racing experience that's been created alongside a community of over 85,000 racing fans and real-life professional drivers. And here is the direct quote taken from the press release. It says, "Our goal has always been to deliver a landmark title that encompasses the wishes and desires of racing fans from all around the world. Something with features and content powered by the community that provide a truly unforgettable and pioneering experience," said Ian Bell, head of studio at Slightly Mad Studios. His quote continues, "Whilst a tough decision to make, the change in release date allows the game the greatest chance of success and visibility, and the opportunity to polish the game even further to the high standards that both ourselves and our community demand and expect. We're eager for you all to see what we've been working on in just a few months." And that is the end of the press release and the end of Mr. Bell's quote. Alright, so basically I'm sure what you can take from this is what they're saying is, it's hell out there, and it really is. Unless you've been living under a rock, you would know that next month it is going to be the biggest, baddest time to be a gamer for the entire year. You know, we've gotten some big releases throughout the course of the year. We've gotten Titanfall, we've gotten Destiny, we've gotten FIFA and Madden, you know, the usual contenders, as well as a few new faces. We've gotten Forza Horizon 2, we've gotten Driversclub, we've gotten so many other games, you know, that have been released throughout the course of the year. But even so, this month, or should I say next month rather, November, this is when most of the year's biggest releases are gonna come out. This is the month. It is usually the month to be a gamer, because there's, for some reason, well, no, I shouldn't say for some reason, I know the reason. It's because November is really the start of the holiday shopping season. After Halloween, you know, you have Thanksgiving, and then you have stuff like Black Friday and Cyber Monday. But this is November is really the time that people start running out to stores, getting their Christmas gifts ready. Now, I personally do not celebrate Christmas, so I never have to worry about any of this. But even so, I know that this is, of course, the most active time in the entire shopping season for each and every year. This is time when retailers always say that they make the most money. So it is obvious why so many big name developers and publishers choose to, you know, in the gaming world, to push out their biggest games at this time of the year, because this is the time of the year when people have money in their wallets, they have their credit cards ready, they want to buy gifts for themselves. They want to buy gifts for themselves and their family members and their friends. They're going to be spending money, so naturally this is the perfect time to advertise your brand new game, the perfect time to push it out onto market and just watch those thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars roll into your stash. So basically what Slightly Mad is stating that they know they're the new guys on the block. They know that if they release this game now, when they were going to next month, they know they're going to get slaughtered out there, because there really is a lot going on next month. We have not one, but two Assassin's Creed games coming out on the same day. You know, Assassin's Creed Unity for the PS4 and Xbox One and PC, and then Assassin's Creed Road for PS3 and 360. And then we also have GTA 5, which is going to be releasing to the PS4 and the Xbox One, amongst so many other titles. Like, I'm just naming stuff off the top of my head here, but basically, you know what I'm saying. And then we've just gotten Destiny. We've just gotten what's the name? Driversclub, especially, you know, direct competition for Project Cars. And of course, we also got Forza Horizon 2. And then from Nintendo, we have, you know, Pokemon Omega and Alpha coming out. And then we have Super Smash Brothers and Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. Point is, we have a lot of big titles coming out literally week after each other, sometimes even days after each other. That's just how active it is right now. Now, Slightly Mad, they're no one new to the industry. You know, they've done games in the past. You know, the Need for Speed Shift series, they were the creators of that. So it's not like they are this new emerging studio who's just coming out on scene and has somehow caught the public's attention. That's not what it is. That's not the case at all. But they do know that with Project Cars, this is a brand new IP. And it really makes no sense for them, being fresh meat, to go up against the annual juggernauts, which have already, like they said, like the quote says from the press release, household names. Household names meaning these are titles that people recognize. These are titles that people, you don't have to like explain to them for them to know what you're talking about. You say Halo, they know what you're talking about. You say Madden, they know what you're talking about. You say Call of Duty, you say Assassin's Creed, they recognize that. You say Smash Brothers, of course, people recognize that. They know there are a lot of household names, like they said, coming out at this point in time. They don't want to go through the hell that it's going to require to really make a statement have they release this game in November. And that's basically what I said in my video talking about how they delayed the Wii U version of Project Cars. That if they're going to take the time out to exclusively delay the Wii U version up until next year, which is really stupid, or at least at the time it was stupid, they might as well just do that to all the versions, because, like I said, the game had a much better chance of being on Wii U than it did on PS4 and Xbox One, and PC as well, because there are so many other titles coming out both in direct competition and indirect competition. Direct competition meaning games of the same genre, like Driversclub and Forza Horizon 2. And indirect competition, you know, games from other genres but are still very big. Games like Destiny, you know, the Halo Master Chief Collection, and Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed, games such as that. So, but the Wii U wasn't getting most multi-platform games that are coming out to these systems. The Wii U isn't getting, but the Wii U does have first-party exclusives and third-party exclusives that are coming out in similar time frames. You know, Hyrule Warriors, Bayonetta 2, Super Smash Brothers, Captain Toad. All those games, definitely big system sellers. So even if they release the Wii U version, or at least should I say, if they were going to release the Wii U version alongside the other versions, you know, next month, November, it still was going to be very hard. Despite the fact that it wouldn't have as much competition, there's still going to be big competition from Nintendo themselves, which is going to pretty much dwindle the effect that Project Cars would have had. But anyway, the fact that they've gone ahead, they've gotten smart, and that they delayed all the versions up until March of next year, it makes sense. It's basically similar to what Ubisoft did last year with Watch Dogs. You know, Watch Dogs was going to be released in November of last year. It was going to be a launch title for the PlayStation 4. But what happened was Ubisoft got smart and they said, well, GTA 5 just came out, we don't want to go and release it just that close, because they knew how much of a household name, you see that term is coming up again, as much as a household name as GTA is, they didn't want to go up against that. They were proud of Watch Dogs, they were really hyped about it, so many other, you know, the gamers, the industry was hyped about it, but they realized that it really wouldn't make that much sense from a market, from a financial standpoint, which is why they ended up delaying it until May of this year. So just like what Ubisoft did, they delayed it for a couple months. They waited until all the smoke cleared, everything had died down, and people got money again to go out and release the game. And even though it didn't do as good as it should have, you know, the point is it still basically was a success enough for Ubisoft, I guess you could say. But with Project Cars, as it relates to that and Slightly Mad, they, like I said, they realize just how hectic it is, and it really makes a lot of sense. I know some people are disappointed because I know that there were a lot of people really looking forward to playing the game come next month, but it really makes so much more sense to wait until March of next year, you know, because that's a point in time. You know, March really isn't an active month for gaming, so by that time, of course, all the smoke, or at least most of the smoke, should have cleared out. By that time, people should have gotten their credit scores back in order. You know, their credit cards are no longer maxed out. They have money in the bank account. That's when they should be able to start purchasing games again. So it's good on them to wait until the springtime in order to go ahead and release the game. Now, as it relates to that, like I said, it makes sense to delay all the versions, but what I really want to know is, how is the Wii U version coming along? I know I basically sound like a scratch record talking about this because I've talked about it so many times before, but even before this, they delayed the Wii U version until 2015, so the Wii U version of the game was going to come out next year anyway. The question is, when? With this delay for the other 3 versions, they've given us a specific release date, March 20th of next year. We know it's coming then. We still don't have any specific release date for the Wii U version. So what I've seen on a lot of comments on N4G and IGN is people asking, okay, so if the PC, PS4, and Xbox One versions are coming out on March 20th of next year, what about the Wii U version? Does that mean the Wii U version is going to be coming out at the same time or somewhere close? And I can say this, I'm speaking for myself here, it would be detrimental. In my personal opinion, it would be detrimental for them to go ahead and not release the Wii U version at the same time. Now they really don't have an excuse. Now it's no longer going to be months apart. Now all 4 versions are coming out next year. They don't have any sort of excuse to not release the Wii U version. They've been saying that they've been developing it, and you know, Andy Tudor has said many times that he's seen the Wii U version and he likes the way it's coming along and blah blah blah. We still don't have any screenshots. We still don't have any gameplay clips. So we're just going by literally what Slightly Mad themselves are saying about how the game's coming along, and they have been very vague as relates to the Wii U version, so much so that as many, including myself, thinking that the Wii U version probably hasn't been in development for a little while now, and even if it has, it's probably been on a very low scale. Like maybe they have a team of like maybe 5 or 10 people working on it, while everybody else is working on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One versions. Thus the reason why they delayed it in the first place up until next year. So now that we know the other 3 versions are coming out on March 20th, I find it really convenient how they did not say that the Wii U version would be coming out at the same time too. They have not commented on that as of the time that I have recorded this video, but what I can say is it would make so much sense for them to just go ahead and release the game alongside all the other versions, and hopefully with all the DLC, with all the pre-order bonuses like the collector's edition, limited edition, whatever. It would be really good on them. I personally was planning to buy the game on Wii U. I don't have a PS4 or an Xbox One, and my PC certainly cannot run that game, so I was going to buy it on Wii U anyway, but now I really hope they can get some parity in there and release it at the same time. We've seen it, and Ubisoft especially is going to see it in the next few weeks. Releasing a multi-platform game on the Wii U months and months and months after the other versions, it's not going to work. It is not going to work, especially when you have the inferior version. Not only do you have a late version, you have the inferior version. No DLC, poor optimization. We don't know how well the game runs on Wii U because we haven't seen a screenshot, we haven't seen a gameplay clip. Just like the project has been going by what Ubisoft has said about that version, about how good it's going to be. But regardless of how much optimization they put into it, the point is still coming late, and it was already underwhelming on all of the other consoles, and it released on like 5 other systems before the Wii U version. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how that's gonna sell. But when it comes down to Slightly Mad, I hope they don't make the same mistake. I hope that they learn from what so many other third-party developers have done. Do not release an inferior version on Wii U. Do not. I mean, they were already going to delay it, but now they really don't have an excuse. Now they can release it at the same time. Now they can put their effort into making sure that Wii U owners get the exact same experience as everybody else at the exact same time as everybody else. And then if it doesn't sell well, then that's on the fault of Wii U owners. Then Wii U owners can't say, well, you gave us the inferior and the late version, what do you expect us to do? Now it would really be on the user base of the Wii U instead of the developers who are really at fault. So basically we're going to see how this turns out, but just to wrap things up, I'm really happy, really happy that they decided to go ahead and just delay the game up until March of next year. I know some people are disappointed, but it makes so much sense. I'm pretty sure they're gonna have a lot better sales releasing the game next year instead of next month, because there's way too much stuff happening this year. I'm really excited to see what these other games, how their financial results are gonna pan out, because I think we have like 4 or 5 big titles coming out not just the same month, not just the same week, but the same day. Whose idea was that? Like, you guys are gonna have a really awesome time buying these games. Really. Anyway, guys, I want to thank you guys for watching, and of course, please make sure that you rate, give it a thumbs up, and please make sure you leave your feedback. Definitely want to hear from you guys, and of course, click that big red subscribe button. It definitely helps out. I'm almost reaching 100 subscribers, and I hope to reach that goal within the next few weeks. It's definitely nothing compared to other channels out there like Smosh or PewDiePie, but I'm just happy with 100 subscribers. That would make me definitely very happy. But for those of you who are watching, thank you very much, and I hope to see you again soon. Until then, have a great day, and of course, keep on gaming. See ya.